What's up, guys? Right now it's September over on Twitch, and we'll be live all month long grabbing footage, playing around, chatting COD, gaming, and all things you can think of. If you'd like to come hang out, chill, join the community, and even get discounted deals on first time and extended subs, the link's in the description below. I'd love to see you there. But anyways, let's get to the content at hand. This time next week, we'll have seen Black Ops Cold War's multiplayer, because exactly 1 week from today is that worldwide MP reveal for the upcoming Call of Duty title. And I'm sure that in the next week or so, we'll have a handful of things teasing the upcoming reveal, slowly giving us more and more information on what to expect regarding the game and what we'll see with that reveal footage. But for the time being, while we kickstart this wait now in this countdown to the reveal, I figured we could take a little time today and discuss everything that we know about Black Ops Cold War's multiplayer so far, from features, weaponry, beta dates, and all things confirmed, and even some things that have been leaked and aren't necessarily officially confirmed, so you know everything coming your way and you're as ready as you can be for next week. That said, as we go along, leave your thoughts down below. Are you looking forward to the MP reveal for Black Ops Cold War? What are you hoping to see next week? Anything in particular, like a weapon, a streak, a map, or perhaps all of the above? Whatever it is, feel free to let me know in the comments. But as well, if you are new to the channel, perhaps a part of that 62% of viewers not subscribed, do be sure to do so, as we'll cover everything you need to know in relation to Black Ops Cold War, Warzone, and Modern Warfare content. That said, let's jump into it. Let's start out with the confirmed items of interest, the things that have already been put out there for people to either directly or indirectly see. In conjunction with that reveal of the game's single player and a little bit of that sizzle tease of MP at the end of the trailer, Activision also released a little information on the ability to pre-order the game, including the various versions available. Then we of course have those things like the standard edition, your cross-generation version, which will allow you to upgrade from PS4 to PS5 and Xbox One to Xbox Series X, but also we learned a little bit about the Ultimate Edition, which gives us a little more clarity, especially from the image provided. On screen, you'll see the promotional image for the Ultimate Edition, and it'll clue you in on a few things. Firstly, what it comes with, and that's actually a decent bit here with this. The Ultimate Edition will come along with the cross-gen bundle of the game, the Land, Sea, and Air Pack, the Confrontations Weapon Pack, the Battle Pass bundle, access to the open beta, and Woods as an operator in Modern Warfare and Warzone. Now, right now, it's not necessarily known if this is the ultimate sort of highest tier you can end up getting, because we don't know if there's any sort of special collector's edition like we've seen in the past. But for the time being, this is the highest available, and it lets you know there's a lot of stuff here that is returning and also some new items of interest. Firstly, one of the big ones is, of course, that Battle Pass is returning. This has been rumored, leaked, whatever you want to call it, for quite some time, and given that we saw the success of it in Black Ops 4 in Modern Warfare here, it was kind of a no-brainer that would be returning. But what's interesting is that the Battle Pass bundle comes along again with that 20 tiers included, so continuing on with what we saw from Modern Warfare here with it. Another big interesting part here of this is that Land, Sea, and Air Pack, which gives us a handful of different items. We end up seeing we'll have operator skins, weapon skins, and also vehicle skins here at this. On the weapon skin side of things, though, it looks like this is going to be continuing that blueprint system, where it seems like camos may actually be specific to various different weapons, which I'm not really a huge fan of. I'd much rather prefer universal camos here at this, allowing you to put it on any single weapon. And while of course we'll have those probably universal camos available for weapon challenges and whatever the gold, diamond, and dark matter variations here are in the upcoming game, I feel like the blueprint system we have right now, I was kind of hoping to get away from. It's cool, yes, but I prefer other things. But that Land, Sea, and Air Pack coming along with the Sucker Punch shotgun blueprint, the Black Tide seemingly M4, maybe M16 blueprint, and then the Wingman 1911 blueprint. You'll get all of those included with that Land, Sea, and Air Pack, and also that Ultimate Edition. That also, though, continues on that discussion further of operator and vehicle skins. Operators, that's kind of self-explanatory. It seemed like we'll be seeing the sort of same scenario that we have with Modern Warfare, where it's just cosmetic, maybe some backstory to these players as well, and based off of what was hinted at as well within the pre-reveal debriefing myself and other creators and other press were a part of, it seems like they actually may tie into that entire storyline within the campaign, that universe of Black Ops that's set up. But as for the vehicle skins, that's where it gets kind of interesting here at this, because right off the bat, it seems like vehicle skins and customization have a special place here within Black Ops Cold War, which right now there's no indication that we'll have a sort of ground war game mode, but it might actually be that case, because why else would you need a tank skin, a boat skin, or a helicopter skin? The boats and helicopters, absolutely, you can say maybe that's part of Warzone here. Maybe they add the swimming mechanics back in and it gives some purpose here for that. But the tanks, I don't see that happening in Warzone, or at least I sure hope not. But it also may be something that is kill streak related here with this. So just like how Modern Warfare, you have those APCs and you do have skins available for that as well. maybe that's the sort of thing that happens along the lines here for Black Ops Cold War, kind of taking it to that next level and making kill streaks a little more customizable, especially if you end up having, say, that Hind or helicopter that you can end up piloting from maybe a third-person perspective. You'll see it, but also the enemies will definitely see it as well. So that's something that looks to integrate a little bit more customization as well. But outside of that, of course, we also see the open beta is something that you're a part of. These dates aren't confirmed, but interestingly enough, Sledgehammer may have actually spilled the beans within Call of Duty World War II. Every single year whenever a new game is put out, the last couple of years, probably in that cycle of maybe 3, I don't recall if they go back to 4 or 5 games in the past here to market it, but Call of Duty World War II ended up having that store update so you could end up pre-purchasing or pre-ordering Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, and in that, it actually gave away the date, which it looks like is October 8th for the start of that beta. Now, of course, this does include the PlayStation licensing agreement with Activision and Call of Duty, so that first date of October 8th, that weekend, is probably going to be something that is PlayStation 4 exclusive, and then another week following after that, we'll have a weekend for Xbox One players as well as PC players. But that beta is something that is, of course, confirmed to have. You have the ability to get some codes here over the weekend with Call of Duty Champs happening as well, and of course, also with this Ultimate Edition, and any pre-order you end up getting can get you into that. But that's the stuff here that we learned outside of some of the marketing, but other than that, we saw some press releases put out that talked a little bit further about some really cool things that were great milestones, I think, for Call of Duty introduced within Modern Warfare, but are now continuing on into Black Ops Cold War. Those being things like crossplay, cross progression, cross generation even, and of course free multiplayer maps, weapon DLC, and other things alike. So for that cross multiple topic here with this, crossplay is going to be something that is returning here for this. So you're going to be able to play with your friends. If you're on PlayStation 4, you can play with them on Xbox One, PC. And the cool part about this is that now that we're in this transitional year here with this, cross generation as well. So that means that if you have a PlayStation 4, but you got a buddy that just got the PS5 or say Xbox One versus Series X, you guys can still play together. And if you say play on PC, you can play with all 4 of those other platforms as well. So it's going to be really cool to see not only just this crossplay taken to the next level, but also those that maybe can't upgrade immediately or don't want to upgrade immediately, they can play with those that do, and vice versa. That is a great step forward, I think, here, compounding on top of a great initiative in the gaming industry overall. Yes, that does mean that, of course, you're probably still going to run into some cheaters, some hackers here with this, but that is something that ultimately we just need a better anti-cheat system. Moving forward, isolating players, isolating player bases, that's not the way to do it in my opinion here at this, and I loved what crossplay offered up. I could play with anybody I wanted and not just based on that platform I was on. So huge step forward in the right direction here with this. Hopefully the anti-cheat is something implemented and can keep up with this so that this next step that is better, I think, can continue going forward and getting the positive reception that I think it deserves. Free multiplayer maps and weapon DLC seems to be following the same model here that we saw within Modern Warfare, where we're likely going to see those weapons introduced within the Battle Pass, but they will be free to players. Same thing goes with those multiplayer maps as well. And honestly, I'm so glad that we've moved away from the seasonal pass thing. Whether we're talking the older models of the season pass where you could still buy incremental DLC packs, or we're talking like the Black Ops 4 model, which was the worst of the worst, where it was literally all or nothing. That stuff fragmented the player base so much. And of course, with crossplay, it wouldn't be as big a deal, but being able to have those barriers knocked down so that players can play with anybody because they don't have to buy into those maps is fantastic. That's something that, again, was another great initiative here started with Modern Warfare and looks to be continuing on with Black Ops Cold War. Like we talked about last week in that debrief here, we talked that we saw in single player some weapons that are more than likely going to be coming over to MP, so you can throw this in the list here of things to look out for as well, of the Krig S, the AK-47, the MP5, the RPD, the M16A1, which was actually full auto in the footage that we saw, the recurve bow, which was a literal bow and arrow, the War Machine, the Pellington 763, the 1911, and your fists. So those are weapons that I presume are also coming into MP at some point, whether that be within this first reveal or also just later on in the full launch of the game. Of course, Warzone as a multiplayer aspect will be continuing on from this year into next, and how that works out entirely we'll explore a little bit later on in the week, but for now, mostly we don't have a ton of information here on that. So just know that it's going to be something that does continue on for at least what we need to know right now. But that's the stuff that is confirmed here that we've seen throughout either press releases, again, sometimes mistakenly released information in, say, those beta dates, but also things that just come along with what we normally see in progression and time. Next week, we'll of course have a ton of stuff to talk about, but also on deck, there is a little bit we can talk about in terms of leaked items, things that do not have any confirmation, but through credible sources have come out in some way, shape, or form. Now, we've talked about this a long while back here in terms of MP content, so this is just kind of a refresher, and I don't want to take too long here on this. And of course, there's a lot of things that we can't really verify just yet, but some things that have been out there and leaked before is that we're returning to that standard minimap, meaning that if you shoot, you show up on that radar. It's not going to be something like Fog of War, but we'll also see the compass in terms of that HUD. There's also seemingly no mounting, sliding, and swimming look to make a return. There is no tactical sprint, no doors. Health looks to be 150 with auto healing, with standard 6v6 play returning. No 2v2 modes, though 3v3 apparently at the time of the leak was play tested, and ground war may or may not be a thing. Also, according to some of these leaks, there is going to be something where Warzone, of course, gets a brand new map, and that's the only part that does have doors associated with it, according to that leak, that rumored information coming out a couple of months back now at this point, the end of June. But anyways, that's where we're kind of at here with this, again, confirmed and a little bit of leaked information. That leaked information, as always, take it with a grain of salt. That is stuff that was from, again, the end of June, so very well could be phased out, maybe not as relevant to the upcoming builds and what we'll see as maybe it was back then, but stuff I wanted to cue you in on so that you're in the know and, of course, have all the information at your hands. But that's where we're going to wrap it up. I would love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. Again, anything in particular that you're really looking forward to here out of that reveal next week, let me know in the comments. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops Cold War, MP, campaign, Modern Warfare, Warzone, all that good stuff. Will keep you up to date with all of it. If you also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected outside of YouTube. Practically live on both those. If you guys want to start a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.